What's up guys, Earl at Sumo Bully Kennels. I got a cool one for you, a 2-for-1 today. We are doing champion poodles revealed today, as well as doing a step-by-step guide on how to do a TCI. So without further ado, let's get into this episode. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. For you guys who've been with us, thank you so much for supporting our channel. Here we go. Here she is, champion poodle. We just got done with our breeding and we were excited to announce the breeding is complete. However, we have not confirmed yet. We gotta wait 30 days for that. Poodle, come on. Looking good. So, kind of a backstory to Poodle is she champed out over 2 shows. She went to the Midwest Blizzard and I forget the other one, the Allentown, Pennsylvania or something like that. She did very well in the shows, guys. So she beat the first place female, best female XL, and then you go against the boys. From there, you go against everybody. That's where we saw the dog that we were gonna take her to. It's pretty cool. So we went to the Midwest Blizzard, and that's where we ran into Big Boss. Poodle lost in the ring against Big Boss. Big Boss is a pocket, and rightfully so. He's you know, in my opinion, I would have picked him too. But the nice thing about going to show is that had I not gone to show and physically touched this dog, I probably would have never even considered him to use as a stud for any of my girls. But just seeing him, using him in my program, you know, like seeing his head. His head is 28.5 inches and his neck is 32 inches on a 15.5 inch height, about 97 pounds. Amazing proportion on that boy. And Poodle, as you can see, has a lot of breed type, guys. So by going to show, we get to see other dogs and see how well they match up with our dogs. Excited? Yeah. So Big Boss it is. And I told his owner, like, hey, once we're ready, we're gonna use this dog. This is a few months ago. And here it is. She goes in the heat. I reach out to them, back and forth. And during the heat cycles, guys, sometimes a girl will like spike on you. So typically, if I'm getting towards the end of the week and her numbers are climbing, out of precaution, I always ask for 1 pull to ship to me, to get to me by Saturday morning. In case she spikes on me on the weekend, I'm covered, right? And typically when you do that, you're covered for at least 2 days, you know, when you inject it. And so I asked, you know, the owners of Big Boss to send me one. And you know, he said, okay, no worries. He sent me the shipping confirmation. Here it is Saturday morning. I'm looking at the tracking. First of all, it wasn't there. So it wasn't there. I was surprised. I tracked it and the tracking said, we'll deliver by 8 a.m. Monday. So I start freaking out because I don't want to miss this window. I tested her that Saturday. She was like a 15 and she could roll over and double on me. And so I reached out to Big Boss's owners. I say, hey, listen, man, get with FedEx because I'm not getting this package till Monday. They start freaking out. We both start freaking out. I go to FedEx, they go to FedEx. Make the long story short, somebody dropped a ball somewhere where this thing is not gonna get to me till Monday. Terrible. First of all, you probably lose half the swimmers in there. It's sitting all weekend at a facility. Luckily for me, the owners of Big Boss were gracious enough. They were in Ohio, roughly 7 hours away from me. And they took the hike from Ohio to me. And we did a side-by-side pull that night. Unfortunately, it was an inconvenience for them. However, I appreciated that. When dealing with somebody with a stud, guys, make sure you work with people who are on it, that understand that missing this breeding is a big deal, because that sets you back another 6-7 months. And now you're sitting there, you can't do anything. You don't want to miss a breeding due to error. And that's why I do my own progesterone test. I do my own AIs, I do my own TCIs, because I don't want to leave it to chance. I thank them so much for coming up to me that Saturday. They got to me like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and we did a side-by-side AI, you know, and they even ended up getting a hotel room up this way just to get some rest before they drove back the next day. The moral of the story is life happens, right? I did what I was supposed to do. I notified them. They did what they're supposed to do. They got the dog pulled, packaged, and shipped. Somewhere in between, somebody dropped the ball with the shipping, and I wasn't gonna get it till Monday. What did they do? They then doubled down, drove all the way to me to make sure I don't miss my breeding window. I can't ask for anything more than that, guys. And for that, I will sing their praises and I would use them again. If ever they had something that I wanted, I can trust them to deliver for me. With that said, we got it done Saturday. The Monday, the package came that was supposed to come Saturday came Monday. We did another AI. And then Tuesday, she spiked all the way to a 30, so I did a TCI. So the next part of this video, guys, is gonna be indoor. I'm gonna take you with me to do that TCI, step by step, everything you need to know and everything you need to have. So let me conclude this part with Poodle. We're so happy for her. Chapter on 2 shows, amazing girl, amazing breed type, super clean. We're taking her to a super freaky dog, big boss. I love this boy, big head, big neck, muscles. I mean, the rear on this boy, like seeing him in show and touching him, he won me over instantly. I was a giant fan of this dog. The minute I saw him, he just had something, the wow factor that I was looking for, and just exhibited tremendous breed type. And I love that, right? That's what we're here for. We're trying to create the next generation of dogs that you're gonna see 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. And I wanna put my stamp on it, Sumo certified, right? So without further ado, guys, thanks for watching this part. Now let's get into the lab. In today's episode, we're gonna go over the TCI machine, transcervical insertion, and how to use it. What is a TCI machine and why do you need it? And when would you use it, right? So let's answer some clear-cut questions first. TCI machine is basically what you're seeing here. Why would you need it? If your girl, okay, so what we have is a 1-4 progesterone machine. So if your girl hits between a 30 and 40, that is the time where an AI is no longer effective because the cervix closes, right? Kind of like the gateway. So the swimmers can't get in there. What you're gonna have to do is get past the door of the vault to deliver the goods. So only 2 ways to do that is with a TCI gun or a surgical. I am not a veterinarian. I am not doing a surgical by myself. However, I can do a TCI. Number 1 is the gun. It comes with a memory chip so you can record your events. So you're gonna see it has a screen, right? That's what it's gonna look like inside, guys, right? And then there's a button on here. What that does is it shoots air. So when you're surrounded like this and you can't really see, you shoot that air, moves kind of the, what do you want to call it, the meat out of the way for you so you can see exactly where you're going. So that is the gun, guys. Very simple. Turn it on, shoot and go. You can maneuver this guy, turn it, record your breeding events, so forth and so on. You're gonna need lubrication and you're gonna need gloves. You're gonna have to lubricate the stem, but not the part where the light is or the camera is. You're gonna have to go up and over, then you're gonna pull the female tulip this way, then you're gonna insert this like that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna have this rod. This is what the genetic material is gonna pass through. And this rod right here, you're gonna insert in here, keeps this thing firm and sturdy, yet bendable so it can go where it needs to go. So the first thing you're gonna do is insert this. Then you're gonna put this guy through this hole and then it's gonna come out the other end. Now, looks easier than it sounds. You're gonna have to do some manipulations here. Move the gun, get it in there. Once you're in position, you can then pull the rod out like so. This guy is going to be holding your genetic material. You're going to connect this guy here like that. And then you're going to squeeze your genetic material out. And what I like to do for good measure is draw a little bit of air to clear my line. I like to reconnect, push the air through to push all the genetic material in and out of my line. After I do that, I can then pull this guy out, maneuver this out, because right now I got the turnip turned this way. Now I can pull it out and the turnip comes back down. And you guys, you know what the turnip is, right? The female part. Let me actually show you what that looks like on a natural tie. So when a dog does a natural mount, right? The dog is working, the dog goes in, right? And pushes in. And this is when the dog is behind the female, the male. And then the ball of the dog goes here. This is what they call the knot on the male part. So you have the stem and the knot. So what happens is when a dog drives in, the knot swells up in there and locks it in. So what the knot does is it locks the 2 dogs in, right? And you notice after a dog discharges, the male starts off in this position and ends up back to back like this. So what happens to the male part is this, is that it goes in, the knot gets stuck, the dog releases, and then it goes like that. Now the dog is facing the other way and his part is twisted around backwards. The knot is there like this, and it's facing down. So in essence, what he did was exactly what we're gonna do. This is what this tool does, is it replicates a natural knot, but it also has a hole here, so I can insert genetic material, right? So once I insert that there, I can do my knot, and then I'm gonna pull it up to drive it like this, keep the dog up, because typically the male dog is taller than the female dog. You cannot enter the tulip like this. You have to go in like this, push the tulip up, and drive the machine down. That's the only way this thing works, guys. And obviously you don't want to hurt your dog, so you want to have your lubricant. During this process, the dog will want to move or squiggle. Don't want to hurt your dog, guys. So you want to have help when you're doing this. You want to have somebody controlling your dog. So in the old school days, before they had all this equipment, you would breed day 9, day 12, right around there between 9 and 13. Now we have all this fancy equipment. Some of the old knowledge still applies, but it's nicer to fine tune it with the equipment we have now. It also gives us a lot of flexibility, right? To use a dog that's, you know, halfway around the US, get the genetic material the next day and do our own insertions, right? So this is this phase. Now we're gonna do the hands-on phase. Okay guys, so here we go. We're gonna work with Poodle. I'm gonna pick up that tail and we're gonna prime her right there. So I got everything here. I'm right-handed, so everything's on my right side. I'm gonna keep her against this bench. We are going to insert going up. See how she's flagging? Get over this hump up here. Push the turnip down like that. And you can see, guys, in here, turn this for you. So you can see what it looks like inside. Right there. See how far in we are? I like that. Okay, so now put my stem in right here. Put that out there. This is no, that's it. There you go. I'm going to shoot it in. So I shot it in already. I'm going to pull this out, pull some air, reconnect, push that sauce in. Pull my gun out slightly, and I'm gonna squeeze some air in there as well. I'm gonna clear my line. There's still a little bit of fluid in my line. I want all that sauce to go in there. Okay. You remove that. You just plug her for a second. And what I want to do is tap here. So when you're tapping, you're gonna feel her contractions, right? Like she's being mounted. And you see that tail going out the way, she's flagging, right? And I can really feel her pulsating and squeezing down. So with my finger inserted, because we blow air in there, what we don't want to do is the air to backflow. So when I release, I'm gonna hold this turnip up. There you go. And that way nothing drips out. And that's it, guys. Here we go. We just did our TCI and Poodle. As you can see, it's very simple, very fast. Now, the reason she's allowing us to do this again is because from the time these guys are small and puppies, we really desensitize them so that these girls will allow you to work without getting, you know, growling or squirming. They trust me, they know I'm the boss, but they also trust me that they're not gonna get hurt, all right? For less Sumo Bully Kennels, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.